The Prime Minister's young brother shows up in the Ministry of Defense Smart Stream. The PM tells us, "My brother has to answer for it." And meet Master out of Orange Walk Town. They got 54 invoices paid by the Ministry of Defense in the 42 working days between April and May. Today, they said everything is on the level. Plus, former prison CEO George Lopez, CEO, says he was not consulted on his departure. Also, we'll take you to Placencia to see how a unique program is helping local youths conquer their fear of the ocean and dive headfirst into future careers in marine science. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In 2020, the budget for the medicine that stocks our public hospitals was about $19 million. Today, it's $52.5 million, nearly 3 times as much in just 6 years. Did our need for medicine really triple? Or is something happening to that money? A $2 million contract with no tender. $42 million that skipped open bidding. They dropped the quality standard and repealed the drug rules, leaving no inspector to check any of it. So, Minister Bernard, where is all the money going? Is the same thing that happened at the Ministry of Defense happening here? This is our money and our medicine, Minister Bernard. Account for it. Audit the medicine budget. Show us where it went.
It all seems cool. Hanging on the street. No school to keep you back. No 8-to-5 job to hold you down. No responsibilities. Running things in your neighborhood. Guns, drugs, fame. Even the media calls your name like you're a big deal. Until you're lying on the street, dead. Your mother crying. Kids left without a father. 'Cause make no mistake, that's where you'll end up. Today, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now. In Belize, when you choose to join a gang, there are only two things in your future: a hole in Lord Ridge or a cell at Kobe. Gang life is no life. Choose to live free and live right. A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Altoona is one of the most visited Mayan city up until lately. The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. Not having the POS machine in the past, we have lost a lot of sales. Atlantic Bank helps supported our business, giving us the opportunity to get the POS machine. Now with the POS machine, we are able to do more sales, and that will, also bring more, finance to our families.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize assumes the presidency pro tempore of the Central American Integration System, CICA. Over the next 6 months, Belize's presidency will focus on strengthening the region's integration agenda, with priority placed on cooperation in energy, climate change, migration, and security. A strong and effective regional integration is the foundation upon which a better future for all Central Americans must be built.
Running, slow mo. Hey.
Today, we're putting Happy Bums baby diapers to the test. Just look at the beautiful design, strong, soft, and made for your baby's comfort. Happy Bums can absorb up to 500 milliliters of moisture. Let's compare it with a leading diaper brand. We'll pour 500 milliliters of water into each diaper and see how they perform. Now it's time for the tissue test. As you can see, Happy Bums stays dry to the touch, while the leading brand leaves noticeable moisture on the tissue. Choose Happy Bums baby diapers for reliable leak protection and all-day comfort. Look for Happy Bums baby diapers at a store near you.
Rev up your engines at Puma Energy and get ready for an exciting chance to fuel, fill, and win. For every $30 purchase on fuel, a liter of lubricant, or $10 at Super 7, get a ticket to win one of 20 fuel prizes of $1,000. And here's the thrill. Fill up with Premium Clean Tech Pro and double your chances of winning. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Head to Puma Energy and Super 7 today for your chance to fuel, fill, and win.
Game 3 of the NABL Finals is moving back to the city this Friday night after the Orange Walk Running Rebels tied the series at 1 and now put the Belize City Defenders' backs against the wall in a must-win Game 3. Belize Defenders! This testy showdown starts at 9 p.m. this Friday at the Belize Civic Center. Defenders fans, come out in numbers. Come out with your rags. Come out in your jersey. Come out with your flags. And get ready to cheer on your Belize City Defenders in a must-win Game 3, as your defenders cannot afford to go down 2-1 in this best-of-5 series.
Defenders not frightened for nobody.
Tons of giveaways to NABL girls, plus more this Friday Friday night at the Belize Civic Center. Game 3 of the NEBL Finals. Your Belize City Defenders versus the Orange Walk Running Rebels. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, the Prime Minister is the one under scrutiny after smart stream leaks emerged showing his young brother and girlfriend receiving $250,000 in payments from the Ministry of Defense. It's the latest in a string of leaks that has rocked the Briceño administration and forced two ministers to take leave from cabinet. And tonight, it's the PM's turn to answer. We'll have that for you shortly, but first, Jules Vasquez looks at the smart stream leaks.
Between November 13, 2023 to July 31, 2025, $225,454.90, just about $250,000, was paid to Ade Del Carmen Co. of a 61A Victoria Avenue address in Orange Walk Town. She is connected to the Prime Minister through a relationship with Javier Briceño. There are only 30 invoices with her name in the Smart Stream system, and 28 of them are below the $10,000 threshold. In the Smart Stream files, Javier Briceño shares the same address as her, and he is the Prime Minister's younger brother. He also received 3 payments through the Smart Stream in his name in August of 2025. The CEO in the Ministry of Defense, Francis Usher, told us he's not familiar with ADECO, even though a third of the payments to her and the payment to Javier Briceño did happen during his tenure, which started in mid-March 2025.
We reached out to the Prime Minister this afternoon for clarity on what services his brother and his girlfriend provided. He called Jules Vasquez an hour ago to say repeatedly that my brother has to answer. Here is the entire phone call.
As I said, Javier Briceño is my brother, and I'll repeat again that I've been very clear when the Auditor General did we've asked the Auditor General to do an investigation, an audit, on anything that is fine, that is wrong. People have to answer. I don't care who it is. If it's my brother, he has to answer. Now, if you want to ask me if I know about the details of what he gets or not, I really don't know. You need to speak with Javier.
But did you facilitate him? Or had you indicated to Minister Mira or Minister Marin?
How much did he get? You have an idea?
They have 3 Smart Stream entries for Javier Briceño.
For how much?
For a total of about 18,000, 21,000.
So you think if I facilitated, that's what you are going to get?
But
no, I did not facilitate.
Okay, but then Adeco of the same address, 61A.
But I will repeat again. I don't know what they got, and the investigation will show when doing it wrong, they have to answer. Period. Full stop. What they got and what they get, I really do not know. Not even my brother Jaime, none of us know. That is what it is. So I don't want to make that clear, no?
Good. Are you aware of Adeco and her involvement with Javier? They have the same address.
No, I was not aware.
Okay, but is this an address known to you? 61A Victoria Avenue in Orange Walk. It's in Orange Walk Central.
Yes, I know that.
All right. So, are you aware of what is the link between Javier and Ade?
Javier and Adi are in a relation.
Right. Okay. So
relationship.
So she got $225,000.
Yeah, Jules, can we stop the speculation? Not we be real here. Not to stop the speculation. I have told you that I don't know what is it that they got or whether they get or whether they don't get. I'm telling you that they're doing an investigation, and I'm repeating: if anybody did anything wrong, they will have to answer. Period. So we could stop the speculation, and we could stop at this moment. Okay, I really don't want to be in a back and forth to argue about this, is that or the other. That's the extent of what I can tell you right now.
Okay,
Okay?
but then measures were taken against
But
ministers. Measures were taken against ministers. Should
but
measure
what measures can we take? Who were the people responsible at that time? It was the ministers that were responsible. So obviously, measures have to be taken against these ministers. They were the ones responsible.
right? But you are
Thank
the
you.
prime minister. Did you?
But I have always taken responsibility for the entire government. If something goes wrong at the end of the day, the buck stops with me. And that is why I said when that came to my attention that we are going to do a full investigation. I am the one that instructed the financial secretary to get the Auditor General to go and do an investigation.
Did
So
you ask
at the end
Miss
of the day,
Samira? Did you ask Miss
no,
Samira to help your brother, to
no,
help out Harvey?
no.
Okay. All right. So now,
Thank you very much, sir.
have you
Madam.
spoken to Harvey since?
No.
So you haven't called your brother to ask him what were you
To what,
providing?
to what end? To what end?
It's a matter
I
of
will
burning
probably
public
call him because
interest, PM.
because I will probably call him later because I just found out when the 75 called me. So I said, I might as well call you one time, but so after this I will call you and I tell him if you did anything wrong, you have to respond and the video call you will have to answer. Period. Thank you
Okay.
very much, sir.
According to leaks received a short while ago from the companies, Register Hugo Engineering and Construction Services Limited was registered April 4th, 2023 to Adi Del Carmen Cu of 61 Victoria Avenue in Orange Walk Town, along with Javier Briceño of the same address. The company is currently struck off the records and listed as not active. And that's not the only battle the PM had to fight today. The Guardian newspaper also accused him of being linked to Ministry of Defense vendor Meatmaster. The UDP news outlet alleged that the business is located on a property belonging to another Briceño relative, supposedly an elder brother. However, this morning in Orange Walk, speaking to CTV3, the Prime Minister made it clear that he has no older brother and he's passed the case onto his lawyers.
I think the Guardian said my older brother, and that is something that I'm passing over to my lawyers, and they're going to be writing the Guardian because I know that they know better. That I'm the oldest child for my father and my mother, so I don't know where they're coming with that story. I think they're trying to link the last name, but with the two different families, they're no relations with us. I don't have any interest in Meat Masters. I didn't even realize Meat Masters was selling meat to the BDF. So I think that the UDP is trying to grab onto something. They have been, so inept. And they've been so divided, and they're trying to find. They're grabbing at straws, trying to create a scandal when there's none. In trying to drag me into this. I've been very clear. We've given this to the Auditor General. The Auditor General was in cabinet on Tuesday, and with everybody and the CEOs and the ministry and the ministers, and she explained what is the process when they do audit. Not this one in particular, because she said I cannot speak on this one because I have sworn an oath of secrecy. So she did not speak on that, but she just spoke on the process. And I've been clear. If this young man or this gentleman, Briceño, is, and I don't think he did anything wrong, but if he did anything wrong, he will have to also to answer. And I repeat one more time, we're not related in any which way. It's a different Briceño. They have Briceños in PG, they have Briceños in San Ignacio, they have Briceños, I think, in Corozal and Orange Walk, and Briceños in Child Farm, and most of them we're not related. So I think the Guardian will definitely have to apologize, and quite likely we might decide, depending what my attorneys advise, maybe taking legal action against them.
And Meatmaster made it clearer today when it issued a release stressing, quote, at no point has there been ties to the Briceño family. not as part owners of the business nor as owners of the property. The release adds, quote, in April 2026, our company was selected to supply various meat products to the Belize Defense Force and the Coast Guard. The selection was obtained through the established government tender process. We submitted all required bidding documents, satisfy the procurement requirements applicable to the tender, and were selected through that process. We also wish to state clearly that all invoices issued by our company accurately reflect the goods delivered. End quote. Our 7 News review of Meat Master's invoices continues, and we note the high-velocity sub-$10,000 payouts. In the 42 working days in April and May 2026, the Ministry of Defense paid 54 invoices for Meat Master. The CEO told us that invoices are paid how they are submitted, and the BDF-BCG submits them for payment in batches. But that frequency would seem to suggest that Meat Master sometimes made more than one delivery a day during those months. But we do know that Meat Master is owned by the Ministry of Defense's CEO's relative by marriage. So does that mean the CEO should also be put on leave while the ministry is being audited? Here's what the PM and Minister of Defense said.
I have not spoken directly with him on this matter. As you know, there's a bidding committee, and I think that this present CEO has been doing a pretty good job in trying to hold the ministry together. And I think it would be a disservice to the ministry, a disservice to the men and women in the Coast Guard and the BDF if we were to remove him. I think he genuinely cares for these soldiers and these and for the people at the Coast Guard, and really wants to do better, or how we can do better. We've been talking on ideas, because the whole process, there's a problem all over. There's a problem with the bidding. There's a problem where it seems that officers, politicians, whoever it is, and the Auditor General will determine that they're trying to circumvent going through the bidding or the contract process by keeping it under 10,000. So there's a problem at the BDF in controlling the supplies, because listen, when the UDP was there, they used to buy, I think, about $4 million a year for food. We increased it to $8 million. And you could ask any soldier, they are eating better than before. And it angers me that all the good that we've been doing for the soldiers is shrouded with this that has happened, where they're trying to circumvent the contract, issuing of contracts, so that they can pay easier.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, a bartender who used a derogatory term to refer to a patron is dragged to court. You'll hear for what. And we'll take you to Placencia to see how a unique program is helping local youths conquer their fear of the ocean and dive headfirst into future careers in marine science. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Are you looking for financing on equipment, machinery, vehicles, parts, or tools for you or your business? Benquip and Belize Bank have partnered to make purchasing easier than ever with Belize Bank's convenient online loan application platform. Simply apply online, get fast and secure financing, and access the equipment or vehicle you need to keep moving forward. Even better, use the promo code when applying and enjoy a special promotional interest rate exclusively for Benquip customers. Whether you're upgrading your fleet, investing in new machinery, or purchasing essential parts and equipment, now is the perfect time to make it happen. Visit Benquip today and ask about Belize Bank online loan financing.
We project that tourism will generate revenues of around $1.4 billion this year.
And every visitor's tax flows straight to the BTB.
I think I'll be more than that too.
The law is simple. That money must be audited, tabled in the House, and gazetted every single year. But it hasn't.
That is a special little fund that does not have the oversight of other funds.
And we've already seen what a lack of oversight brings. Is the same thing happening at BTB? Minister Mahler, where are the BTB's audited reports? Why have you not tabled a single one as the law requires?
We are entering into very dangerous kleptocracy.
Minister Mahler, table the audits, account for the people's money.
That requires a forensic audit.
Belize is growing, and as our nation grows, so does the demand for electricity and new energy solutions. More homes, more businesses, more opportunities. BEL continues to strengthen the system that supports this growth, reinforcing infrastructure and solidifying capacity, preparing for what's ahead, ensuring reliable service for homes, for businesses, and for communities across Belize. Keeping the lights on every single day. Belize Electricity Limited, prepared for growth, prepared for Belize.
It's easy to sit at home and blame the government for crime. A lot of people do it. Politicians do it all the time. It's like a game. Gang members shooting each other or innocent citizens. Blame the government. Blame the police. Narco players executed because of a drug deal gone bad. Blame the government. Blame the police. Domestic violence turned fatal. Same thing. Every murder, no matter where, no matter why, same blame game. But our children weren't born criminals. When did they become murderers? Who taught them their values? Who taught them about right and wrong? Where are their parents, their families? It's not too late to save your child. It's not too late to raise your child right. Keep them in school. Keep them off the streets. Teach them the value of hard work. Teach them honesty and integrity. Love them before it's too late. Stop the blame game and let's all be the village that raises our children. A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Nokche Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them, it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there, we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have the gift shop, a cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Escape to the reigning spa of the year. Belize's premier wellness experience, where award-winning luxury meets pure tranquility. Book now, 20% off spa treatments, 50% off accommodations, only at Naya Resort and Spa.
Janice and the blasted people and the monitor we took a how they know nobody know there. You know, see that as me and Eddie Gan. That right there happen for you. They know nobody never there. You see why good to have camera and things to a place. But when they don't call the security company and then they can hook up the camera and the alarm to the camera people, they don't come already, Janice. Champion security don't reach you for you.
Good day, ma'am. Champion Security. We're here to install a camera on the alarm system.
Come in, young man.
We will start from outside first, ma'am, then make our way in.
Okay, then go ahead and do the thing then. Why? Mother, hey, camera, man. Get camera up in house. Mr. Me know if you do that, you know. Me to help you know. Hey, you blasted Junior. Get your backside from there. Left the man. They make them do their job.
All right then, ma'am. We're finished with the cameras outside. We're here to install the recorder and bring it up on your phone.
Oh, me never know you could go up on your phone too.
Yes, ma'am. It can be viewed on your phone, tablet, laptop, TV, and also remotely anywhere you are via Wi-Fi.
I can make them put it on my phone too.
Ma'am, this is the keypad to arm and disarm the alarm system. Okay, ma'am. We're all set now. Protected by Champion Security, where your safety is our business.
Belizeans, how much more will we tolerate? How many more scandals? How many more millions? How many more excuses while ordinary families struggle to make ends meet? This is your money, your hard-earned tax dollars. Money meant to improve your lives, not to enrich the well-connected.
Join the United Democratic Party on Friday, July 10th at 9 a.m. as we protest march from the UDP headquarters to Battlefield Park. Enough is enough. The time to act is now. The time to save our country is before we lose it.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, the Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. From rest to adventure. From nature to culture. From luxury to freedom. Every vacation imaginable, except snow, and we plan to keep it that way. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Hey.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Are you looking for financing on equipment, machinery, vehicles, parts, or tools for you or your business? Benquip and Belize Bank have partnered to make purchasing easier than ever with Belize Bank's convenient online loan application platform. Simply apply online, get fast and secure financing, and access the equipment or vehicle you need to keep moving forward. Even better, use the promo code when applying and enjoy a special promotional interest rate exclusively for Benquip customers. Whether you're upgrading your fleet, investing in new machinery, or purchasing essential parts and equipment, now is the perfect time to make it happen. Visit Benquip today and ask about Belize Bank online loan financing.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
A 22-year-old Belize City bartender and part-time washman has been fined after admitting to an aggravated assault that a senior magistrate said would have been considered a hate crime in the United States. Jahim Denmark Dougal, who was employed at Shisha's Club, pleaded guilty to in Belize City at his magistrate's court pleaded guilty to assaulting 37-year-old taxi driver Alexander Mejia with a pint bottle during an incident on July 3rd. Mejia reported that while shopping at T&W store at the corner of East Collett Canal and Vernon Street, he was confronted by three men he had known for about 5 years. One of them called him a homophobic slur and threatened him. The trio then followed him to Lindo's Alley, where one of the men attempted to strike him with a pint bottle. After Mejia reported the incident, police reviewed surveillance footage and police identified Dougal as the individual who raised the bottle. The court imposed a non-custodial sentence finding Dougal $805 payable by September 30th of 2026 or 3 months imprisonment in default. He was first charged in 2022 for raping a 30-year-old woman inside her home and was sentenced to 21 years in prison for the crime. But now Leon Lam is back in court on a charge of burglary with intent to rape an 11-year-old minor. He appeared before a chief magistrate yesterday for sentencing indication and was told that if found guilty, he would face 10 more years added to his sentence, which would run consecutively and not concurrently with the term he is currently serving. Lam rejected the indication and says he will go to trial. Lam's trial for burglary with intent to rape will begin on September 16th and is expected to run for 2 days. CEO of the Colby Central Prison, George Gomez, was abruptly dismissed and unceremoniously escorted out of the prison earlier this week after less than 60 days on the job. Today, Gomez issued a release. He revealed in his statement that he was dismissed without cause and was given no explanation for his firing. Gomez says that during his brief tenure under the Colby Foundation management, he rolled out major modernization reforms and adds, quote, "During my tenure, I was consistently commended for my vision, my aptitude, and my leadership." He adds the reason for my dismissal was not shared with me. He said that he hopes his successor will continue his efforts to modernize prison operations with professionalism and transparency. Colby Chairman Francis Woods is currently the acting CEO. Yesterday, we told you about the courtroom battle between Mike Feinstein and Atlantic Bank. The bank is suing Feinstein because they alleged that Feinstein secretly titled the 23-acre island extension on Stake Bank in his personal name, leaving the bank with only the 16-acre center. Today, Troy Gabb, the project manager for Stake Bank, was cross-examined. He was asked about the project's prospectus in 2019, which would have shown the original placement of the docks as well as structure on the 23-acre extension. The cross-examination did not last long and was followed by a re-examination by Feinstein's attorney, Rumen Cholakov. The trial judge, Rajiv Gunutaleki, has reserved judgment. The Ministry of Human Development, Family Support and Gender Affairs, in collaboration with the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Council, the Child Justice Committee, and the Judicial Education Institute of the Senior Courts of Belize, today launched a 2-day training under the theme Promoting Child-Centered Justice, a judicial training on trafficking in persons, restorative justice and diversion. The initiative brings together members of the judiciary and justice sector stakeholders to enhance judicial knowledge and promote child-centered decision-making that prioritizes the rights, safety, and well-being of children. Consultant Dr. Cherise Francis explained how Belize has improved in addressing this.
There's a lot of issues, a lot of conflicts and tensions with young people in Belize and across the Caribbean. And it's important for judicial officers to have the knowledge to be able to understand that it's not just about applying the law strictly, but understand how it impacts people, especially young people. What are the ramifications of that and the impacts that this could have on long-lasting lives for children, communities, and families. I think that oftentimes judicial officers, they have a limited remit. Their remit is to apply the law as it is is set out within the legislation. Oftentimes, that does not allow a lot of space for judicial officers to bring their more human side or their compassionate side to the courtroom. So whereas a judicial officer might understand or see, as my presentation would have highlighted, that something is unfair, that does not mean that it is against the law, and they might not be able to make those changes that they would like as humans to make. So that becomes a challenge.
Belize, comparatively to other countries in the Caribbean, how are we doing in terms of addressing human trafficking?
I would say that that is an interesting question. It depends on how you measure how you're doing. I think that Belize is doing really well in terms of the prevention aspect. There's been a lot of training done by the ATIPS unit, by the ATIPS Council, in terms of persons with liquor licenses, training, transport officials, training media. There's been a vast amount of training, which increases the knowledge on anti-trafficking.
And going back to the Prime Minister's interview today, we also spoke about former Miss Universe Belize, Isabella Zabany. Social media reaction to her recent comments at a PUP National Party Council meeting has been harsh. And that's after she suggested increasing the threshold for payments from government ministries to above $10,000. This after the recent scandal has been about thousands of sub-$10,000 payments to avoid scrutiny of the Ministry of Finance. The PM called the criticism unfortunate and added that they will be implementing her suggestion. He explained how the new system would work.
It's unfortunate. I mean, we should encourage women to participate more in events like this. And I want to commend her and commend her for her courage to be able to stand up and say something that everybody knows, but because of the present circumstances, everybody's afraid of saying it. Actually, under the centralized, on the central procurement unit, that is one of the things that we're going to address. 20 years ago, the budget was less than $1 billion. Right now, we're at $1.8 billion. And there's so much things the government is buying, $400-500 million of services and goods every year. That's not talking, and including, well, when you include roads and so, it goes up even more. And so it becomes almost impossible at 10,000 or below 10,000. So what we'll be doing under the centralized procurement unit is that we're going to increase that number. But unlike now, everything will have to go through one portal or one window. Every ministry have to put what they're doing in there. So everybody will see, okay, let's use the BDF. The BDF want to be able to, we need $1 million worth of food supplies for 6 months, for instance. And these are the things that we want. And so let's say they increase the threshold for 20,000 or 30,000. If the ministry decide, okay, we'll give a company under that threshold, they'll be able to give it, but they will also have to report it through that threshold to the public and say, this company get $20,000 and did not have to go to a contract. So what has happened where you see one company having hundreds and hundreds of payments at 10,000, it would be impossible for it to happen, because in this case, all of that would have to be reported and people immediately would have seen that, hold on, something is not going correct here.
And about those plans to change the system through which the ministries make their payments, as you have been hearing, government is putting big energy into developing a central procurement unit with a transparency feature built into it.
Next week Tuesday at Cabinet, the people from the people that are working to set up the central procurement unit will come and make a presentation and explain to Cabinet how exactly this is going to work. And it's going to be more open, it's going to be transparent, and we're going to ensure that we get value for money. More importantly, there are going to be stiff penalties. Not stiff penalties. And I think probably even in jail time they told me that if people deliberately try to circumvent the system. So that is one issue, but also the law and the policies. The policies have to be in line with the law. The Solicitor General was there, and she pointed out in one instance where one of the officials said, well, this is what how we do it. And she said, but listen, but this is what the law says. In one instance, they're saying that the minister supposed to approve, and then the law, and then the policy is saying, well, that they don't do that, something to that effect. But there was this conflict, and she said, we have to fix the law. So we've agreed, all of them are going to come together, look at wherever there may be a conflict, wherever there may be something that's not fully ventilated or explained in the law and the policy, we're going to fix it. And I hope within the next few weeks, that a month or two, that they could come back to cabinet and say, this is what we discussed with you all, and this is how we can fix it.
And we take a break now. Coming up, when we come back, we visit a unique program in Placencia that is helping local children conquer the waves and take their first strokes towards a career in marine science. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
For children growing up on the coast, learning to swim is a critical survival skill. But it can also be the first stroke towards a future in the blue economy. The Black in Marine Science Institute is looking to spark that exact passion in Belizean youths, turning a fear of the water into a love for marine biology. Their fourth annual It's BIMS Swims Summer Camp is being held under the theme Building Skills, Empowering Swimmers, Cultivating Confidence and Community in the Water. Jo Marie Lanza went south to Placencia to find out how BIMS Swims is changing lives. Here's her report.
They were born and raised on the coast, but for many children in the seaside community, the ocean has always been a source of fear rather than a playground, and most never learned how to swim. But a new initiative by the Black in Marine Science Institute, or BIMS, is changing that narrative, helping these youth conquer their fears and transform into avid swimmers. Speaking with us today at a training session in Placencia, the founder of BIMS emphasized that water proficiency is about much more than just recreation. It is the first step or the first stroke to accessing many other opportunities in developing a career in marine science.
So Black in Marine Science, the mission of the nonprofit is to celebrate the current Black marine scientists like myself, but also spread environmental awareness and inspire the next generation of scientific thought leaders. So you are right in the middle of our third mission point. We have one of our core programs called BIM Swims, where we literally teach kids how to swim, get them more comfortable in the ocean, but then also introduce them to jobs and careers in the marine science and blue economy. So we have been doing this once a year since 2023. So this is the fourth year doing it. And this is our largest class. We have 27 students this year. And when we first started in 2023, I think we had 5. So it has definitely grown.
The youth range in age from 8 to 15, and while some can perform basic maneuvers to stay afloat, Moore notes they still lack the critical water skills required for anyone hoping to later pursue a career as a diver.
So what we do is do some of the skills that are required to become a scuba diver. Some folks don't know that for you to get your scuba diving certification, you have to do a swim test. So like treading the water, floating, doing laps. So we practice a lot of those things during our swim program. So they put context to it. They're not just out here at the beach. They're really gaining a skill that they can utilize for the rest of their lives. So the program is 1 week, and it is a very intense week. We jump them right in, and we start right here on the ocean. You know, we have a very shallow area here right on the point, and the first day is really called One with the Ocean, and we just let them just be in the water, and that's really an assessment for our team to see who's comfortable, who's struggling, who is asking for a life vest, who is that, just so we can make sure they have comfort, because what you don't want to do is throw a kid into the water. That's where you have those traumatic events and they never want to come back. So really have it very playful. Then start to implement some of those skills as I mentioned. Hey, y'all, tread water for a minute. Hey, y'all, float on your back for a minute. Hey, y'all, do a couple of laps. And then also make it competitive because they're kids who can hold their breath under the water for the longest. So really implementing those marine science skills and activities that I use on the daily as a scientist, but also making it very fun for the kids to stay interested.
Lead swim instructor Andrea Villanueva told us that many children develop a fear of the water due to early traumatic experiences, such as being unexpectedly pushed into the sea.
Many of us the answers that I would get is that I've been pushed into the water, and that's something I want everybody to know that's not the right way to do it, right? You just need to just get patient in time, right? Because all of us are swimmers. So what I do at the first day, and then after that, I teach what their weakness is, and at the last day, I take them and give them a guided tour with licensed tour guides, so they can have an idea, and then that give them perspective about you know, the restoration of the corals, what the sea cucumber does, like a broom sweeps a house, the sea cucumber filter the water, keep it clear. So it's important for us to keep it there. So as we go along and we tell them about different sea creatures, the parrotfishes.
And some of these kids keep coming back each year to overcome their fear of swimming. One parent told us that her child learned to swim thanks to the program.
I like to say that BIMS play a very great role in my life and my son's life. He lives by the ocean and he was even scared to get in the water. And with the program here at BIMS, now he's not scared. He was even afraid to get inside a boat. And I said, oh, we can't work with that because here is where the water, we make a lot of money. And then it's a great enjoyment for the kids as well. Now he could swim, he could dive. He was scared of a diving glass as well, and now he's not. And he's a team leader at this program this year. I would like to say thanks to BIMS for reaching out to the kids around to give them lessons about swimming and not to be afraid, and to also be safe and to teach others around.
BIMS helped me overcome my fear of the sea because when I'm a call last year, I'm afraid to go way down, but then the people who there helped me to overcome it.
What's your favorite thing about the water?
They have a lot of things you could find and see.
While undersea treasures await, some of these young swimmers may also find their professional futures in these dazzling depths. Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
The camp was scheduled to end today. You can find a link to BIMS Swims on our website. And from Placencia, we go way inland to Orange Walk Central, where the Prime Minister was in his constituency for his annual summer camp. For the 7-term representative, it's an annual event that's been well honed over his 30-plus years in the constituency. He spoke about it today with our colleagues at CTV3.
I'm very excited that the kids are coming out, and they come out in large number. And I guess, well, you know, World Cup is on, so a lot of kids are out here playing football. A number of them have their Messi and Argentina T-shirt, of course, over the one that we give them for the summer camp. And it really warms my heart, as I told them, you know, or what I said this morning in the Spirit of Belize, that, you know, we're trying to have activities for the children because though they are home, they're bored. When I asked them, so what happened when you're home all day? One kid said, I'm bored. I said, what happened when you get bored? You're bored. He said, we get in trouble. So we're hoping that they come out here, they play football, they learn the techniques of football, and then they get tired. So when they go home, they eat and then they rest, and they'll give their parents a lot of problems. Right. And just now we saw the art, you know, where they're teaching them and showing them, which is quite exciting. I'm so happy that the committee, also the San Esteban Village Council, Rosie and her team also helped us to organize this, and for us to be out here to making this a success. We have the movie night. So San Esteban, come join us for the movie night on Saturday, and then the one Ritmo de Oro that we have on Sunday. Then we also going to be having volleyball training and sessions to train our young boys and girls, crochet, you know. So we have so many activities. So there could be something for everybody, and that's what we're trying to do.
And that's all we have for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indur Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great evening. Join Miriam Abdulkawi here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on a Monday. So, until then, have a great one.